Hello and welcome back to American English Explained. I'm Maya, and if you're ready to stop studying and start acquiring English, you've tuned in to the right episode.
And I'm Jacob. Last time, in episode 13, we gave you the wake-up call to stop wasting your time. Today, we're showing you exactly where to put that time. We're talking about a method that is reportedly 4 times more effective than sitting in a classroom. Maya, I'm talking about comprehensible input.
It sounds like a scientific term, doesn't it? But it's actually the most natural thing in the world. It's the way we all learned our first language as children. We didn't have grammar books. We had context, visuals, and people talking to us in a way we could understand.
Exactly. It's all about getting the message across without the stress of a dictionary. But before we dive deeper into how you can use this method to learn 4 times faster, let's do a quick check-in for everyone joining us today, especially if you're new to the show.
Yes, welcome to American English Explained. If you're a B1 or B2 learner looking to push through that plateau and reach C1 fluency, you are in exactly the right place. Our mission is to help you master the language of your dreams by talking about real life.
And here is your regular reminder of how we do things here. We use a natural mix of intermediate and advanced English, plenty of idioms, slang, and what we like to call beautiful phrases. But don't worry, there's a safety net. If you hear a word you don't recognize, don't panic. Just keep listening for the context, just like a child would.
That's the life in English philosophy. This isn't a dry grammar lecture. It's a conversation you can take with you anywhere, whether you're at the gym, cooking dinner, or just relaxing on the sofa. It's universal value because it's life, just in English.
And to make sure you actually walk away with new skills, here's the roadmap for today's episode. Part 1, the vocabulary vault. At the end of the video, we'll review every tricky word and idiom we used today with clear definitions and examples.
So, if you're ready to grow with us, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with a friend. We love seeing our community get stronger. Now, Jacob, let's get back to those 3,000 words. How do we stop the leak and actually keep them in our heads?
All right, Maya, let's hit them with the data. There are over 170,000 words in the English language. That is an intimidating number. I don't even think I know 170,000 words.
No one does. Here's the reality. The Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule, applies to language too. In English, about 3,000 words make up roughly 95% of everything you will ever hear in daily conversation. If you master those, you aren't just learning English, you're dominating it.
It's like a cheat code. But the problem is how people learn them. Most students try to force-feed their brains with vocab lists. That's like trying to learn how to swim by reading a book about water. You're going to drown the second you jump in the pool.
That's where comprehensible input comes in. To learn 4x faster, you need to find content that is just one level above yours. We call this I+1. It's content where you understand 70 to 80% and your brain deciphers, to figure out, the rest through context.
I call it the vlog strategy. When you watch someone in a vlog say, "I'm exhausted, I'm going to hit the sack," and then they jump into bed, you didn't need a translator. Your brain saw the action and clicked. That connection is permanent. You didn't study it, you acquired it.
And research shows this is 4 times more effective than classroom study. Why? Because your brain is designed to remember stories and emotions, not abstract rules. In a classroom, you're a passive passenger. With comprehensible input, you're the driver.
So the secret sauce is simple. Stop studying about English and start consuming in English. Watch the vlogs, listen to the podcasts, and look for the visual anchors. It's the difference between being a student and being a practitioner.
I love that distinction, being a practitioner. But let's get practical for a second. Our listeners are busy. They have jobs, kids, and laundry. How do they actually incorporate or include this method into a normal Tuesday without feeling like it's another chore?
That is the million-dollar question. The key is to make it frictionless. You don't find time for English, you stack English on top of things you're already doing. I call it habit stacking. Maya, I know you have a great story about how you mastered kitchen English without ever opening a textbook.
It's true. A few years ago, I decided I wanted to learn how to make authentic Thai food. Instead of watching videos in my native language, I watched English-speaking chefs. At first, I didn't know words like whisk, simmer, or dice, but because I saw the chef whisking the eggs while saying the word, it became a visual anchor. I wasn't studying, I was cooking dinner. By the time the meal was ready, I had acquired 10 new verbs and a delicious curry.
That's perfect. You used the I+1 rule perfectly. You knew what an egg was, so you could deduce what whisk meant. My story is more about the dead time, those moments like commuting or being at the gym. I used to listen to heavy metal while lifting weights, which is cool, but then I switched to tech podcasts in my target language.
Wasn't that daunting at first? Tech Talk can be pretty advanced.
Oh, it was brutal for the first week. It sounded like white noise, but I didn't give up. I looked for contextual clues. I'd hear them talk about batteries or screens, words I already knew, and slowly the bridge began to form. Now I can listen to a 2-hour deep dive on AI and I don't even realize it's a different language. My brain just tuned in.
So, for our listeners, the everyday examples are everywhere. The grocery store. Change your shopping list to English. If you see an apple and read apple, you're reinforcing that link. Social media. Follow one creator who talks about your hobby, whether it's makeup, gaming, or cars, in English. The bathroom mirror. Spend 30 seconds describing your outfit out loud. It's a low-stakes way to turn that input into output.
Exactly. It's about creating an immersion bubble. You don't need to move to New York to be immersed. You just need to change the input flowing into your ears and eyes. When you make English the default, the automatic choice, fluency stops being a goal and starts being a result.
You know, Jacob, that default setting isn't just a metaphor. I actually tell people to start with their hardware. Most people have their phones, their car GPS, and even their microwave interfaces set to their native language. That is low-hanging fruit that people ignore.
Oh, 100%. I remember a friend of mine who switched his phone to English while he was at a B1 level. For the first 2 days, he almost threw the phone out the window because he couldn't find his alarm clock. But by day 3, he didn't even have to translate the word settings or privacy anymore. It became second nature.
Exactly. And here's a real-life example I used when I was pushing for C1, the internal monologue. We all talk to ourselves in our heads, right? Oh, I forgot my keys, or what should I make for dinner? I forced myself to do that self-talk exclusively in English.
That's huge. It's like a free private tutor in your brain. Did you find it increased your cognitive load, the amount of mental effort being used too much at first?
At the start, it was exhausting. I'd be in the grocery store thinking, I need the green things, broccoli. But after a month, my brain stopped searching for the words and started finding them. Real story. I once got caught interviewing myself in English while walking to the bus stop. I was explaining my business philosophy to an imaginary journalist. A lady looked at me like I was crazy, but honestly, 2 weeks later, I had a real job interview in English, and I crushed it because I had already practiced those sentences 100 times on the street.
Hey, if looking a little crazy is the price of fluency, I'll take it. Another great real-world hack is what I call the search swap. Next time you need to know how to fix a leaky faucet or how to bake a cake, don't search in your native language, search in English.
Yes, because when you're focused on the solution, like fixing the faucet, you aren't worrying about the grammar. You're using the English as a tool. That is the peak of comprehensible input. You understand the video because you see the man holding the wrench, and your brain just absorbs the vocabulary while you work.
And it's not just vocabulary. You were actually absorbing grammar and sentence structure without ever opening a textbook. Think about a simple travel vlog. The person points the camera at the lawn and says, "This grass is shorter. It has been cut. That grass is taller. It has not been cut." You literally just learned the present perfect tense and comparative adjectives visually.
Wow, that is such a great point. You didn't need a teacher to explain the formula subject plus have or has plus past participle. You just saw the short grass and heard has been cut. Your brain connects the visual to the sound instantly. That's how you reach the holy grail of fluency, thinking in English.
Exactly. But to really lock those 3,000 core words into your brain, you need a system. Watching the video is step one. Step two is where the magic happens, reinforcement. And honestly, we are living in the best time in history to learn a language because you have a free personalized tutor in your pocket, AI.
Oh, you're talking about using ChatGPT or Gemini, right? How do you use it for this?
It's my favorite hack. After I watch a vlog or listen to a podcast, I go to the AI and say, I just learned the word whisk. Give me the definition, show me how to use it in the past, present, and future tenses, and give me a 3-question mini quiz. Boom, in 2 seconds, you have a customized lesson.
That is brilliant. It takes all the expensive and boring parts out of tutoring. You get to control exactly what you learn based on the videos you actually enjoy watching. And if you really want to make sure you remember that word 6 months from now, you move to step 3, spaced repetition.
Oh yes, the SRS software, like Anki or Quizlet. If you don't have native speakers around you to practice with every day, putting those new words into digital flashcards forces your brain to recall them right before you forget them. It moves the vocabulary from your short-term memory directly into your long-term vault.
So let's summarize this ultimate 3-step formula for our listeners. Number 1, watch Comprehensible Input, vlogs, podcasts, tutorials, and look for visual context. Number 2, use AI to reinforce the tricky words and test yourself. Number 3, put the absolute most important words into an SRS app so they never evaporate.
If you do those 3 steps daily, my friends, you will save yourself thousands of dollars on tutors and years of frustration. You aren't just memorizing, you are acquiring.
So guys, we used some heavy-hitting C1 words today. Let's add them to your active notebook. Jacob, you start.
1. Plateau, meaning a state where you stop progressing despite continuing to work. Example, I've been at a B2 level for a year. I really need to break through this plateau.
Number 2, comprehensible input. Language that can be understood by listeners even if they don't understand every word, provided there's enough context, visuals, gestures, or prior knowledge. Example, watching a cooking show in English is great comprehensible input because you can see exactly what the chef is doing.
Number 3, the Pareto Principle, or 80-20 rule, meaning the phenomenon where roughly 80% of effects come from 20% of causes. In language, it means a small number of words, the 20%, account for the majority of daily conversation, the 80%. Example, by focusing on the Pareto Principle, I prioritized learning the 3,000 most common words instead of obscure medical terms.
4, acquisition, meaning the act of gaining a skill or habit naturally and subconsciously without formal study. Example, language acquisition happens best when you're having fun and not worrying about grammar.
5, decipher. To succeed in understanding, interpreting, or identifying something that is difficult to see or hear. Example, even though the audio was a bit blurry, I was able to decipher what the speaker was saying by looking at his facial expressions.
Intimidating, meaning something that makes you feel fearful or less confident. Example, a 500-page dictionary is intimidating, but a 15-minute podcast is manageable.
Habit stacking. A productivity technique where you stack a new habit on top of a current habit that you already do every day. Example, I started habit stacking my English listening by playing a podcast every time I wash the dishes.
Deduce, meaning to arrive at a fact or a conclusion by reasoning, to figure something out based on the information you have. Example, when the character walked into the house with a wet umbrella, I could deduce that it was raining outside.
Low-hanging fruit, meaning a task or goal that is very easy to achieve or take advantage of. Example, switching your phone's language setting to English is low-hanging fruit. It takes 2 seconds but helps you learn every day.
10, cognitive load, meaning the total amount of mental effort being used in the working memory. Example, trying to learn grammar and new vocabulary at the same time creates a high cognitive load, making it harder to remember anything.
11. Spaced repetition, SRS, meaning a learning technique that involves reviewing information at increasing intervals of time to improve long-term memory. Example, using an SRS app like Anki ensures that I review a new word just before I'm about to forget it.
12. Internal monologue, meaning the inner voice or conversation that a person has with themselves inside their head. Example, to improve my fluency, I switched my internal monologue to English, so I'm always thinking in my target language.
13. To crush it, meaning to succeed at something in an impressive or excellent way. Example, you really crushed it in that presentation. Your English sounded so natural and confident.
We hope these stories inspired you to look at your daily routine a little differently. You have the time, you just have to stack it.
If you're ready to burst that study bubble and start living in English, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We're here every week to help you break through.
Question of the day. What is one daily habit, like cooking or driving, where you can stack some English input today? Tell us in the comments.
I'm Jacob. She's Maya. Stop studying, start living.
See you in episode 15. Bye.
Bye.